Award-winning songwriter David Foster is creating magic with new music. Foster goes off the record in a new Netflix documentary looking back at his illustrious career. Earlier, I spoke with Foster from his home in Los Angeles. I started by asking him how he's been keeping himself busy during this pandemic and what can we expect soon.
You know, Rico, I took it upon myself to say, I think I'll just chill for a while. And not, because I have a studio right in the next room, but I don't know how to work it without an engineer. And of course, the engineer can't come over. So I just took it as a sign that I should just take it easy for a little while. I am working on a musical, and we work over Zoom, me and the lyricist Anne-Marie Milazzo. She's amazing. But it's hard to create over Zoom because you're not in real time. So, but other than that, nothing really.
But if you were to write one song during this pandemic, David, about this ongoing health crisis, what would the words say in that song?
I would have to really think about it because you can't, it would be like writing a song for a movie. And you can't describe in the song what is going on in the movie. You have to be very clever with it. So you can't just write a song about, you know, we were inside for too long. I mean, it's just stupid, right? You have to get very clever with the lyrics. So I'd have to really think about it. I don't think people want to hear a song about COVID, to tell you the truth.
So let's talk about now your Netflix documentary, David Foster Off the Record. And it delves into various phases of your life and in your career. In those phases, what would be the highlights, David, and the biggest successes?
Well, I've always been able to point to little key points in my career. If somebody said, you got 25 words, go. I would go Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago, Natalie Cole, Whitney Houston, Michael Bublé, Andrea Bocelli, Josh Groban. Celine Dion, sorry.
Wow, that's quite a number of stars who have sung your hits, and you are called the Hitman because of your popular songs that a lot of these singers have sung. But tell us, what have also been the biggest disappointments?
Well, it's great that you asked that because the director of the Netflix documentary, his name is Barry Avery. He did a great job. I left him alone. I didn't want to be the guy sitting in the editing room going, take that out, take that out. So I never went to the edit. I saw the film twice before you're seeing it. And the one thing that I wished he had done, he did a great job, but I wished he had highlighted some of my failures a little more. Because the sexy stuff, you know, the big hit records and the Grammys and the Oscar noms and the Golden Globe and, you know, the millions and millions of sales is the sexy part, but there's a lot of failure that went in between all those acts.
That's right. So what would be the top 3 failures that were not shown in that Netflix documentary, David?
I'm sorry, say again?
What were the top 3 failures or disappointments that were not included in that documentary? If you would like to share it with us.
I can share one with you. I mean, I fell in love with a girl named Renee Olstead. I mean, not literally, but I fell in love with her music. She was a young, great singer. And we did 2 albums together, and it just couldn't pull it off, you know? And then, of course, the Philippines' own Jake, formerly known as Charisse. And she was an amazing talent. Jake's an amazing talent. And we got right up next to it, but we couldn't quite seal the deal. So there's 2 acts for sure that, in my opinion, should be worldwide stars right now.
And do you think that there are still a lot of Asian and Filipino stars and singers that can still be discovered and could make it on the global entertainment stage?
There's no doubt, and I'm not just being gratuitous when I say this. You're absolutely right. There's 8 billion people in the world almost. There's 3 billion people, I think, that live in Asia. It makes sense that if you're almost half the world's population as a continent, somebody is going to become a huge star. You already see it from Korea. We've danced with it with some Filipino artists, but as far as a breakout, I mean, the Filipino people love music so much, and they have such great training in it. It's just shocking that it hasn't happened yet.
And we do hope that when we do return to normal programming, we will see you back here in Asia once again to be one of the judges of Asia's Got Talent.
Absolutely. And in particular, coming to the Philippines is so amazing. I was telling somebody earlier that you stand on a stage, there's 5 or 10,000 people there, and you go, I am a man who would fight for your honor. And the whole entire audience is singing every single word with you. It's a feeling like no other, I'm telling you. And that doesn't happen in America that way. It's unique to the Philippines and Indonesia as well, but it's very unique to the Philippines. I don't know what you got in the water there, but it's pretty special.
If there was 1 or 2 songs, David, that you wrote or didn't write that encapsulates your life and career, what would that be?
Well, the song that I'm always drawn to that I did co-write and I did produce is a song called The Prayer that Andre Bocelli and Celine Dion did. Why do I like it so much? The lyric written by Carol Bayer Sager is a beautiful lyric. This song gets played at weddings and at funerals. It's one of those songs like Ave Maria, dare I say that it's like that because Ave Maria is in its own class, but Ave Maria, Wind Beneath My Wings. There's a couple more songs, but it's a small list, maybe 5 songs that I can think of that can do double duty like that. It can be the happiest moment of a person's life and the saddest moment of a person's life. So I quite value that song.
After a very colorful and successful career, what can we expect still from David Foster?
I put more pressure on myself than you ever will put on me. So I think you can still expect some more music. I'm working on 3 musicals right now. I can't call them Broadway musicals because they're not on Broadway, but I hope them to be one day. And that's pretty much keeping me busy. And then I want to tour some more. We were 9 cities into a 48-city tour in America when COVID hit and we had to stop the tour. And then in November, I was supposed to be in Asia touring. So all that, of course, is stopped. So I look forward to touring next year.
David Foster, award-winning songwriter. Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.